How you doing? Can you hear me? It's Mario.
Yeah, Mario! Awesome! Great! Good to have
First of
you.
all,
Absolutely.
I'm checking out your show. It's pretty dope, very informative. I appreciate you let me come on your show. Thank you.
Oh, thrilled to have you. Thrilled to have you. Take it away. This is what the show's here for. That's awesome.
Definitely. You've made a lot of great points. And since I am an African American male, retired military 20 years, I think that at this point in time, when we talk about whether Trump is going to get reelected, or will the Democrats pull away, that's a lot. That's a great conversation. I think that the Black community honestly needs to figure out what are the priorities for the Black community. What actually do we want in the Black community? I think that if we don't show up to vote, I think that's going to be an issue. Somebody said that the racism is the new pandemic, and I think that
It's not really
I
new,
wouldn't
but
call it I wouldn't call it the new pandemic, but I think that's a good analogy.
yeah.
Right now, I think that there's a lot of things going on. I'll use Chicago as a head in regards to uh, Black people kind of being outraged to a certain extent. However, that outrage is being pushed in a direction it should not be pushed. And I want to be clear with this when I
Mm-hmm.
say this. Um, the Black community needs leaders. They need community leaders able to take charge and articulate the frustration that's going on in the Black community. I think when you have young people that are angry, that are looking for something to rally behind, I think that just attacking police officers, just burning down buildings and looting is not going to send the message to white America that there is a conversation to be had. And I think that we do more to cause fear than we do to cause conversation.
It's a real tough balance, I imagine, because as a white person, it's not our place to. We are supporting the conversation. We are not leading. We are not. So it's really hard. I hear what you're saying, and these people on the other side, I guess, of humanity is the way I look at it. Not that you're saying that. Often will grab at anything and basically use it for propaganda. African American and Black
Definitely.
people have every right in this friggin' world to be absolutely enraged. It's just right now we're in
It, it,
such a rough spot.
it's great. It's great, Tim. It's great to be upset. It's great to feel emotional. It's
Yeah.
great to act out. But at the end of the day, what do we accomplish? You understand what I'm saying? If we
Absolutely.
talk about the art of war, it's about having the least amount of casualties. And right now, the Black community, if you look at it, the Black community suffers a great amount of casualties because there's no strategy. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of anger, there's a lot of action, but there's a lack of leadership. So when you have leadership, those are the people that we used to pride ourselves on quoting every Black History Month, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther King,
Mm-hmm.
those
Mm-hmm.
people that were a part of big activists in regards to the civil rights. We do not have those people in place right now to speak for the community and articulate anger and frustration. So therefore, when you act out, and that's what's going on right now, a lot of acting out.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Mm-hmm.
even Caucasian people are kind of like, I understand your frustration, but is there anyone within your community that can articulate what you guys want?
A lot of the white folks are looking for our own because we are supposed to support, but it's not a monolith, and this is a really tough thing. We've this systemic racism stuff. Oh my goodness, it's the depths of it are so unknown to so many white folks. I mean, this is
I,
this
I, I
is our
think I think
nation.
it feels good to be able to talk to someone that's a part and deeply rooted into white America and hear them say, Black people, we want to hear your message. But
That's
it
what I'm here
also has
for.
to
That's what I'm
be
here for. Yeah.
someone and something that projects this is our message. And our message can't be we just gonna burn down a bunch of shit,
Right.
but it's not strategic. If
Right.
I burn down a lot of KKK buildings, then cool. If I go burn down
Right.
Equifax, TransUnion, and experience cool. But if I burn down the stores that I frequent to buy my baby's milk or the stores that I work in, then that's not cool. So we just need to be a little bit more strategic in our attack for equality. So I just think that that's one of the biggest issues. We can put whoever we're gonna put in office, but at the end of the day, we know that people are going to do what best works for them. I think that this Democrat push to have a black woman, I think it's strategic, and we know it's strategic.
Yep.
However, just because we put black people in office doesn't mean that it's going to be good for the black community.
No, absolutely not. And, one of the things that one of the fellows that I follow, you're making excellent points. I appreciate you so much. That's why I'm like, this guy, you got to know this guy. One of the things that one of the fellows I follow, which I'll talk about later, says is this is the beginning. If we get Biden and we have to be all over them to push for. I want to see personally, and it's not that it's my business, but I wasn't going to vote for anyone unless they have a serious black agenda. I want to know exactly how systemic racism is going to be dismantled. Personally, that's my thing. I want to know. I want to see it written out. I don't want it vague. I want to see it.
That's an awesome statement. However, not only yourself, but the black community needs to stand up and say, how are you going to dismantle this systematic racism? What are you going to do? And until someone or something or some body of people demand, what is your fix? I think right now you got to understand this, and I'm going to say this again as an African American male. Just having an African American woman who's half black or whatever the case may be in office, that's just not enough. I think that we still have to hold this person accountable and ask them, how are you going to make things better? It's not just about putting someone with a percentage of black inside the White House. It's about putting someone in place that's going to actually say, I'm not going to lay down or bow down to politics that destroy the black community.
Yep. I want to see somebody personally that says this ends with me. I want to see somebody. This ends with me. I might be a dreamer. Thank you. But you're making excellent points. I appreciate
you for having me on. Let me get out your way.
Oh, you're
get some
fine.
more people on. Thank you.
You got to come on for the you got to come on and be a guest host sometime. Okay. You're wonderful.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I'm gonna continue to watch.
Okay, cool. Thank you for calling. That's really wonderful.